Hi everybody, Brian from Steeda, highlighting our two-piece brake rotors for Performance Pack Brembo equipped S550 Mustangs. There are a couple of great advantages to running the Steeda two-piece brake rotors. We'll start with the less obvious reason. Weight reduction. We've said so many times in our videos that weight is the enemy of performance, and this is so true. And although you might not think about it and realize that two-piece rotors are substantially lighter than the factory pieces, they really are. And this is an important aspect in accelerating and cornering and responsiveness. The reality is that it takes less energy to get these rotating. Yes, I understand these are brake rotors, but if you watched our wheel comparison video where we actually put the car on the dyno, well, that very car that's carrying our two-piece rotors, again, less rotating mass. This means less energy to get them moving. And I understand again that these are brake rotors, they're for stopping. The reality is 98% of the time you're on the racetrack or an autocross course, you're accelerating. You need the car to roll. Yes, we need it to stop, but now I'm getting ahead of myself. As far as weight is concerned, the 15-inch front rotors save about 7.5 pounds per rotor. So 15 pounds at the axle, actually over 15 pounds versus the stock rotors. Once again, requiring less energy from the engine to get the car moving. This also means as you're turning the wheel, you have more responsiveness, just like a lightweight set of wheels. Anything you can do to cut down weight in the car, especially rotating mass, is going to benefit you. The rears, not quite as much of a weight reduction, but still lighter. About 2 pounds per rotor, 4 pounds at the rear axle end. And for those of you with EcoBoosts, like our Q350 that we run around the firm, as well as Sebring and many of the other tracks around Florida and Georgia, well, that is equipped with Performance Pack Brembos. We're running these on that, as well as our 2018 Q500 HPDE Steeda car. Just a moment ago, I mentioned that 98% of the time you're on a closed circuit or an autocross course, you're going to be accelerating or not using the brakes. And all right, that's an exaggeration. I wanted to do something to keep your attention and get you involved. So I apologize to some degree. The reality though is that it's a very skewed percentage as far as accelerating and being off the brakes versus on the brakes. So why are these so important to have when you're in a hard braking situation? Let's break into this. The very same virtues that help these as far as weight savings also tremendously help as far as braking performance and heat dissipation, most importantly. The brakes heat up fast and will retain a lot of heat. The two-piece design inherently helps reduce and dissipate that heat much more effectively than the one-piece factory rotors. We're certain that if you watch the Rolex 24 or any race that carries on into dusk and the evening and seeing these rotors just absolutely glow, it's really important to dissipate that heat and keep consistency there. The aluminum hat, well, helps dissipate that heat and keep it from getting back into the wheel hub, helping the wheel bearings and ultimately helping distribute heat away from the rotor. The friction disc itself, or the rotor, is slotted. This is going to help reduce some of the friction temperatures of the brake pads as well as release gases from the brake pads and give you more consistent performance. Even if you are standing on that pedal at the back of a straightaway or at the end of a straightaway, you're going to have much better predictability and feel out of these lap after lap. In fact, we've tested them against the factory rotors and have measured a 200-degree reduction in heat in the brake rotor surface. Obviously, the ultimate temperature is going to be determined by which brake pads you run. We're big fans of the Hawk DTC 60s, but the reality is it depends on the horsepower you're running, the track that you're running at, and again, if you're autocrossing, you probably won't go quite as aggressive because you're going to need something that heats up a little faster than that. So the main advantages: weight reduction, so more responsiveness when you're getting onto the brakes because the rotors are now carrying less energy taken away from the engine when you're accelerating, less energy taken away from the steering as you're turning in, and most importantly, braking without fade, consistent braking, great feel, and again, feedback to the driver. We talk about this all the time about how important it is for you as a driver to get good feedback from any component of the car, whether it's the steering and being able to, again, minute inputs, as well as the brakes, being able to modulate the brake and really stand on them as hard as you want. At whatever track you're going to, no matter how much horsepower the car is making, you need to have good consistent brake feel. Well, you need to have these two-piece rotors. These are a great upgrade for any S550 Mustang. If it's a Performance Pack Brembo equipped car, this would be the kit that you see here. We also offer a kit that will fit the base GT and EcoBoost models. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please click like and share it with other enthusiasts. If you have questions or want recommendations on which brake pad compounds to run, depending on the tracks that you're going to, definitely post those below or give us a call. Don't forget to click the subscribe button so that we show up in your YouTube feed, as well as check us out on social media to see the latest and greatest things that we're up to and what we're putting our brake rotors through currently. Visit Steeda.com to learn more about these two-piece rotors, as well as the many other products we offer for the S550 Mustang and other Ford vehicles. Thank you so much for watching. Steeda, where speed matters.